Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Izan bin Zaimi and today I will be presenting on AirAsia. AirAsia, one of Asia's most recognized low-cost airlines, and was established in 1993 and began its operation in 1996. However, it wasn't until 2001 when Tony Fernandez acquired the heavily indebted airline for just RM1. That's the real transformation began. Inspired by the low-cost models of Southwest Airlines and Ryanair, Fernandez introduced a no-frills, low-cost strategy that aimed to make flying affordable for everyone. This approach led to their iconic slogan, "Now everyone can fly." By focusing on operational efficiency, online direct sales, and affordable pricing, AirAsia quickly gained popularity, especially among budget-conscious travelers. Today, AirAsia serves over 160 destinations across 25 countries. Its network includes key subsidiaries such as Thai AirAsia, Indonesia AirAsia, Philippines AirAsia, AirAsia India, and the long-haul affiliate AirAsia X. The airline mainly operates Airbus A320s and A330s, ensuring high fuel efficiency and consistent service across its growing network. Now let's take a look at the broader aviation industry. The aviation industry plays a vital role in supporting the global tourism, trade, and also the economic development. However, it is known for being fiercely competitive and highly sensitive to external factors such as global recessions, pandemics, and fuel price fluctuations. Airlines operate under strict regulatory environments and face pressure from international safety and environmental standards. In this landscape, low-cost carriers or LLCs have emerged as game changers, especially in the Asia-Pacific region. This trend has been fueled by factors like the rising middle class, urbanization, and also government policies such as open sky agreements. Despite its growth, the industry faces persistent challenges. For example, fluctuating oil prices impact operational costs, and regional conflicts can affect flight routines and customer confidence. To stay relevant, forward-thinking airlines like AirAsia are embracing digital platforms, expanding into related sectors such as fintechs and logistics, and investing in sustainable practices.
Hi, okay, so next we are moving on to the foreign country background and I will explain further about New Zealand. First and foremost, New Zealand is a very developed country in the southwestern Pacific with a population of 5.2 million. And some of the major cities includes Auckland, which is the largest city and business hub, Wellington and also Christchurch. And these places are known for being peaceful, safe, economically strong with a high standards of living. As for the economic overview, the GDP of New Zealand is around 280 billion USD with the average income of 53,000 USD per year, and the strong economy are driven by agriculture including dairy, meat, tourism and also education. And now, we are moving on to the airline industry opportunities. In New Zealand, the main airline is Air New Zealand with the competition from Qantas, Jetstar and also Singapore Airline. And some of the major airports are located in Auckland, Wellington and also Christchurch. And thus, the reason why AirAsia should enter New Zealand are because of the first, the demand for affordable travel option, especially to or from Asia. And the second one is because of the strong Southeast Asian network that helps makes AirAsia ideal for connecting travelers around the world. And lastly, because of the growing number of Asian students and workers that creates steady travel demand in New Zealand. Not only that, New Zealand also offers a business-friendly environment, which is, it is a very well known for its transparent and also stable legal and political system, and also having civil aviation authority that ensures safety standards for all airlines in New Zealand. And not only that, New Zealand welcomes foreign businesses, especially those supporting the tourism industry. And lastly, when we are talking about the cultural fit and the sustainability, New Zealand is a very diverse English-speaking population that is open to travel and also doing international business. And not only that, it is also a popular travel destination for young people and families looking for budget options. And in addition, New Zealand values environmental responsibility in which AirAsia must show commitment to sustainability. For example, the introduction of fuel-efficient aircraft. And thus, to summarize the whole point, with the right strategy, AirAsia can succeed and become a top choice for budget travel in and out of New Zealand. Thank you.
So move to the next part, which is market potential. To assess AirAsia's market potential in the New Zealand market, a SWOT analysis was used to assess viability and provide a structured overview of the airline's internal capabilities and external market environment. For strength, first is cost leadership, where it is the low-cost leader in the Asian aviation industry. This competitive low fare offering attract price-sensitive travelers and has built a strong reputation across Asia for delivering affordable flights with high route efficiency. This strategy also allows Asia to cater to budget-conscious travelers who are growing demographic in the New Zealand post-pandemic travel market. Second is pricing strategy. AirAsia leveraged its extensive network across Southeast Asia with major operational hubs in countries like Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia and the Philippines. This wide network allows the airline to offer more connectivity at lower operational costs, which is a key advantage in the competitive low-cost airline industry. For travelers from New Zealand, this makes AirAsia convenient and cost-effective choice, especially for those planning trips to Southeast Asia. AirAsia adopts an aggressive pricing and promotional strategy. The company frequently runs low-fare promotions, offers early bird discounts, and uses flash sales to attract price-sensitive travelers. Next, for weaknesses, first is lacks operational infrastructure or partnerships. Although AirAsia has many strengths, one key weaknesses it will face when entering the New Zealand market is the lack of existing operational infrastructure and partnerships. Unlike in Southeast Asia, where AirAsia has established a strong network of ground services, alliances and support system, it will have to build all of this from scratch in New Zealand. This creates significant challenges, including higher initial setup costs and logistical hurdles. Additionally, AirAsia is not yet a familiar name to most local consumers in New Zealand. Competitors like Jetstar and Air New Zealand already enjoy strong brand recognition and customer loyalty. As a result, limited brand awareness could slow AirAsia's ability to penetrate the market effectively. Without the right infrastructure and brand visibility, AirAsia may struggle to compete on equal footing with established local players. Second is market perception. Although AirAsia has a strong safety and performance record, it still struggles with the negative perception often associated with low-cost carriers. Some travelers worry about lower service quality, hidden charges, or fewer amenities. This is especially challenging in a new market like New Zealand, where consumers may be more comfortable with familiar national airlines they already trust. For opportunities, first is rising demand for budget travel. There's a growing opportunity for AirAsia in New Zealand, driven by the rising demand for affordable travel, especially after the pandemic. In fact, low-cost airlines in the Australia-New Zealand region are expected to grow their market share from 15% in 2022 to 17% by 2026. This trend is fueled by students, young travelers, and budget-conscious tourists. AirAsia's low-cost model and strong Southeast Asian network make it well-positioned to meet this demand, especially by offering affordable long-haul routes, which are currently limited in New Zealand. Second opportunities is gap in direct Southeast Asian routes. There's a clear market gap in New Zealand for direct, low-cost flights to major Southeast Asian cities like Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok and Manila. Currently, most travelers rely on expensive full-service airlines or indirect routes through Australia, which adds time and cost. AirAsia can fill this gap by offering direct, budget-friendly flights, making travel more convenient for tourists, students, business travelers, and the large Southeast Asian community in New Zealand. This strategy will boost regional connectivity and position AirAsia as a preferred choice for affordable long-haul travel. So last part is for threats. First is intense competition. While opportunities exist, AirAsia will face strong competition in the New Zealand market. Established players like Air New Zealand, Jetstar and Qantas have high brand loyalty, strong networks and prime airport slots. They may respond aggressively with lower fares, more flight frequency or loyalty rewards to defend their market share. In addition, these airlines benefit from strategic alliances like Qantas with Emirates and Air New Zealand with Star Alliances partners, offering more global connectivity. As a new entrant, AirAsia must work harder to build trust, gain visibility and secure infrastructure access in a market already dominated by major carriers. Lastly is geopolitical and policy risks. AirAsia's wide international network makes it vulnerable to geopolitical tensions and policy changes. Issues like diplomatic disputes, visa restrictions, or changes in air service agreements between New Zealand and Southeast Asian countries could reduce travel demand or limit route access. This risk may lead to flight suspension, landing restriction or tighter travel regulation, all of which impact passenger confidence and AirAsia's profitability. Unpredictable policy shifts such as health-related entry bans or immigration rules changes also make long-term route planning more difficult for the airline.
Okay, so now I will explain about the level of competition that AirAsia may face in the New Zealand aviation market. Okay, first of all, New Zealand, although a relatively small country with a population of just over 5 million people, has a very active aviation industry. So this is mainly because the country is made up of two main islands and relies heavily on air travels for domestic transport, international trades, and also tourism. The main international gateway are Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch, with Auckland airports being the busiest. Okay, so the main competitor in the market is Air New Zealand, the national carrier. It has a strong reputation for reliability and is seen as a symbol of national pride. Air New Zealand holds a large market share for both domestic and also international travels and benefits from being a member of Star Alliance. It's also giving the strong global connectivity. So most domestic passengers are loyal to Air New Zealand, and also which make it harder for new entrants like AirAsia to attract those customers. We also need to consider full-service international airlines like Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and Cathay Pacific, which operate long periods flights to and from New Zealand. These airlines strengthen the competitive environment, and especially for international routes. There are a few key challenges in this market. First, airport slot access at Auckland Airport is very limited, and Air New Zealand has a strong position there. So getting a good takeoff and landing times is important for managing costs and maintaining efficient operations. Second, many airlines in New Zealand already offer loyalty programs and customer rewards, making passengers less sensitive to price changes and also harder to switch. Despite these challenges, there are clear opportunities. More people in New Zealand are looking for low-cost travel, especially young travelers, students, and also budget-conscious tourists. In fact, low-cost carrier market share is expected to grow from 50% in 2022 and to 70% by 2026, according to CAPA research. So this growing interest in affordable options creates a strong opening for AirAsia, which already has a successful low-cost model across Southeast Asia. So in summary, the level of competition in New Zealand is quite high due to strong existing players like Air New Zealand and Jetstar. So however, AirAsia has a clear opportunities to enter market by offering direct and affordable flights to Southeast Asia. Especially many current options involve stopovers in Australia. With the right strategy, AirAsia can carve out a niche and grow successfully in this competitive environment.
I would like to present about legal and political environment. First, political stability and governance. New Zealand maintains strong democratic institutions with a highly effective judiciary and low level of corruption. Its rank consistent high on the Corruption Perception Index, reinforcing its global reputation. These conditions support a predictable environment for business operation. Secondly, transparency and regulatory openness. The official information Act mandates governance accountability, while the active press and civil society ensure oversight. Independent organizations like Transparency International New Zealand have maintained ethical standards. This fosters an open and transparent political ecosystem. Thirdly, regulatory institutions. Autonomous agencies such as the Commerce Commissions and Civil Aviation Authority function without political interference. They oversee market competition and aviation safety, respectively. Their independence ensure impartial enforcement and regulations. Fourthly, business law and foreign investment. New Zealand provide a business-friendly legal system aligned with global norms. Clear process for dispute resolutions and contract enforcement reduce uncertainty. This predictability encourage foreign investment and facilitate smoother market entry. Employment laws. Employment is governed by detailed legislation like the Employment Relation Act 200, ensuring fairness and transparency. Written contract, fair dismissal process, and accurate wage recording are required. This law upholds ethical labor practice across all industry. Immigration framework. Immigration New Zealand enforce strict anti-fraud protocol, including biometric verification and visa screening. This system ensures the integrity of immigration process. Company must comply with documentation rules when employing foreign staff. Competition and consumer protection. New Zealand impose strong control to prevent monopolistic behavior and ensure market fairness. Business must meet legal standards for pricing, advertising, and refund policies. Clearance or authorization is required for merger or acquisition. Lastly, aviation market access open skies agreement facilitate liberal air service policies and encourage competition. AirAsia can apply transparently for road access through the Civil Aviation Authority. The government pro-competition stance support new entrants in tourism and aviation.
My name is Yap Sin Yao. Now I want to present about social cultural influence. Understanding the social-cultural landscape is curious for any company entering a new international market, especially in the aviation industry where travel choices are heavily influenced by cultural values and lifestyle preferences. For AirAsia, entering the New Zealand market offers both an exciting opportunity and unique challenges that must be addressed through a culturally informed strategy. New Zealand is a highly developed and multicultural nation. While a majority of population is of European descent, there is a significant presence of the indigenous Maori people, Pacific Islander communities, and growing number of immigrants from Asia, particularly from South Asia, China, and India. This multicultural mix aligns well with AirAsia's strong resilience network in AirAsia, and the presence of the ethnic communities help create a steady demand for affordable travel, especially for family, cultural, and business trips. Although English is the main language, the Maori language and cultural hold official status and are deeply respected. To foster stronger local acceptance and brand loyalty, AirAsia should consider adopting a localist approach in its market communications. For example, incorporating Maori greeting, respecting local custom known as tikaga, and partnering with Maori organizations. This is not only demonstrates cultural sensitivity but also to build trust in the society that values inclusiveness and respect. From a value perspective, New Zealand scores high in individuals according to Hobsbawm's cultural dimensions. This means that customers value independence, personal choice, and freedoms. AirAsia flexible low-cost business model, where customers can choose add-ons like meals, baggage, and seat selections, fit well with the mindset, offering travelers more control over their journey, elegance with local preference for autonomy and personalized experience. In terms of service expectations, New Zealand has a low power distance culture. People expect equality, fairness, and respectful interactions regardless of social or professional status. For AirAsia, this means frontline staff should be trained to offer warm, casual, and courteous service. A rigid or hierarchical service style could harm the brand's image in the market that value approachability and equality. Another important consideration is environmental considerations. New Zealand is known for its pristine landscape and the 100% pure New Zealand image. The public is increasing awareness of the environmental the impact of the AirAsia. Many New Zealanders, especially the younger generation, are making travel decisions based on sustainability and ethical considerations. AirAsia must proactive showcase its green initiative such as using fuel-efficient aircraft, supporting carbon offset program, reducing single-use plastics, and contributing to local conservation products to gain the trust and socially responsible consumer. Lastly, New Zealanders place high importance on work-life balance, wellness, and meaningful experience. This cultural value fit well with AirAsia mission to make travel affordable and accessible for everyone. Campaigns that promote family reunions, cultural explorations, and budget-friendly vacations can strongly resonate with the market, particularly among students, retirees, backpackers, and cost-conscious travelers. In conclusion, AirAsia's success in New Zealand depends not only on competitive pricings, but also on its ability to respect and reflect the country's cultural identity, environmental values, and customer service expectations. By aligning its operations and brand message with these social-cultural factors, AirAsia can establish a strong, respectfully, and sustainability presence in New Zealand aviation market. That's all from me. Thank you.
Lastly, let's look at some strategic recommendations for Asia's continuous growth and success. First, market entry into regions like New Zealand should involve forming strategic alliances with local partners, such as ground handlers and airport authorities, to reduce entry costs and gain regulatory support. Second, for brand positioning, AirAsia must adapt its marketing to reflect local culture. For example, incorporating Maori greetings or local symbols in New Zealand could foster trust and show cultural sensitivity. A strong local presence, customer service center, and partnerships with the local influencers will also boost the credibility. Third, in terms of operations, AirAsia should invest in the local hubs, hire and train local staff, and also prioritize environmentally friendly aircraft such as the A320neo. These efforts ensure both efficiency and sustainability. Speaking of which, sustainability should be a key focus by promoting eco-friendly practices like carbon offset programs and reducing single-use plastics. AirAsia can align with countries like New Zealand, where environmental awareness is very high. To address competitions, AirAsia should highlight its low fares, direct routes to Southeast Asia, and flexible travel options. Loyalty programs and tailored promotions can help attract and retain the customers. Next, legal compliance is crucial. Working closely with local regulators will ensure smooth market entry and prevent the conflicts. Lastly, the expansion should be viewed as a long-term strategic investment, a phased approach to growth, supported by continuous staff training and tech upgrades, will help AirAsia stay competitive and also future ready.